Vietnam's real estate market is heating up. Investors from all around the world have been racing to buy a piece in the country. From South Korea to Japan, and most importantly for today's video, Singapore has been a leading figure in Vietnam's real estate market. The tiny island nation has invested not only millions, but billions of dollars over to Vietnam, acquiring vast amounts of real estate projects for residential use to commercial and even luxury units. And we'll go over all of these in today's video. It is an exciting time to be in Vietnam's real estate sector, as the country is, after all, experiencing rapid economic growth. With a strong economy comes a strong real estate appreciation. But on top of this economic growth, there is also rapid urban expansion. Cities like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Da Nang are experiencing local migrants, translating to an increased demand for both residential and commercial properties. No wonder everybody wants a piece of Vietnam. So the most important factor in today's video is, who is buying all of these properties in Vietnam? How much are they buying them for, and where are they located? Let us go from company to company. An established name in real estate development company, Keppel Land has been aggressive in expanding its footprint in Vietnam. Their projects span across various segments, from luxury residential units to integrated developments. According to the company, they are involved in over 20 properties located in 9 different cities in Vietnam. Some of the most significant ones include a recent project in Bac Giang province. It was reported that this is Keppel Land Development's first industrial park, logistics park, and township development, and has a projected investment value of over 1.3 billion Singaporean dollars. More significant news to know about Keppel Land is that in early 2023, it was reported that the company was negotiating to buy $1.5 billion worth of assets from Vinhomes. Although much news as far as we are concerned has not been reported yet. Regardless, with its huge amount of properties, possible acquisition of $1 billion asset from Vinhomes, and an industrial park worth $1 billion, they are indeed in Vietnam for the long haul. It also showcases just how valuable the Southeast Asian country is to them. Now, let's not forget that Keppel Land is not the sole investor here. The second big business is Keppel Land. Another heavyweight, Keppel Land has been focusing on both residential and commercial properties. Keppel Land has been in Vietnam for over 3 decades and has, according to the company, helped develop the Vietcombank Towers. In 2020, the company also reported that it had over 20 licensed projects in Vietnam worth over $3 billion. They also hold over 600,000 square meters worth of warehouse space in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, which they do under a joint venture with a separate company. Logistics and warehousing, likewise, is another key factor in the real estate market. And finally, a major investment that was announced in 2023 is that Keppel Corporation, the parent company of Keppel Land, has reported that it will invest in 2 residential projects in Ho Chi Minh City. This development, which partners with another firm, will help develop more than 200 landed homes and 600 high-rise apartments in a total land area of 11.8 hectares. The total development cost, according to the company, will come out at about 600 million Singaporean dollars. Finally, the last company on our list is Mapletree. Mapletree has been involved in various sectors of Vietnam's property market, from logistics and business parks to mixed-use developments. Mapletree identifies areas of demand and tailors its projects accordingly. Mapletree has been acquiring assets after assets in Vietnam for years. Some of their projects include the Saigon South Place, a 4.4-hectare development, and M Plaza Saigon, a mixed-use asset with over 146,000 square meters of gross floor area. And like the other 2 companies, Mapletree has invested hundreds of millions to even billions of dollars in Vietnam. However, these 3 companies are just the tip of the iceberg. We must not forget about the individual and small businesses from Singapore. According to the Wealth Report 2023, Vietnam has ranked as the top 5 destinations for Singaporean billionaires. After all, Vietnam is not just a place for real estate investments for Singapore. The 2 countries are known to have a special relationship, especially in investments in manufacturing, logistics, and the service industry. Vietnam holds a special place for Singapore as a key long-term partner. Now, as Singaporean investors continue to delve deep into Vietnam's real estate market, the impacts, both direct and indirect, become evident. The first big impact that we can see is in infrastructure development. With significant investments pouring in, Vietnam has seen a notable boost in infrastructure projects. New roads, bridges, and public transport systems are being developed around these real estate projects, ensuring easy accessibility and enhancing the overall quality of life. Second, we must not forget about employment opportunities. The real estate boom has led to a surge in job openings. From construction workers to property managers, many Vietnamese find lucrative employment opportunities, leading to better economic stability for families. Thirdly, there is also the quality and standards. Singaporean developers, known for their meticulous attention to quality and standards, have alleviated Vietnam's real estate sector. Modern designs, sustainable practices, and world-class amenities are now becoming the norm rather than the exception. Fourthly, these also boost local businesses. New residential and commercial complexes become hubs of activity, leading to the growth of local businesses. From cafes and boutiques to tech startups, these spaces offer opportunities. And finally, urban planning and expansion. As more projects sprout, cities expand. This urban expansion is often accompanied by better planning, ensuring that growth is sustainable and doesn't put undue pressure on existing city centers. While these impacts largely paint a positive picture, it's essential to approach such rapid development with caution. Unbridled expansion without foresight can lead to issues like traffic congestion, environmental degradation, and rising property prices that could potentially alienate local citizens. And despite the beneficial impacts, there are challenges that Vietnam and Singaporean investors must face and overcome to ensure a harmonious and profitable collaboration in the real estate sector. Amongst the biggest challenges that we can see is related to economic fluctuations. Vietnam's economy, like any other, is prone to ups and downs. Economic downturns can affect property prices, sales, and rental yields. Investors need to be prepared for such market volatilities. In recent months, we have heard about Vietnam's real estate sector overheating. In fact, it was reported that Vietnamese builders halted over $34 billion worth of projects. Some of these builders have been experiencing a liquidity crisis, but some analysts stated that the sector has overheated because of too much growth. This is not only to say that Singapore investors have been the cause of such, however, their insistence to push billion dollars worth of investments may have helped fuel this greed. But while it is true that economic fluctuations are a big problem, at the end of the day it is still quote-unquote a fluctuation. We go up and down, but most of the time we will surely go up. Now, another challenge is related to land ownership laws. In Vietnam, land ownership laws are different from many other countries. While investors can buy property, the land on which it sits is often leased for a specific period, typically several decades. This distinction can sometimes be a hurdle for foreign investors. And lastly, there are also local community concerns. Rapid urbanization and development can sometimes lead to displacement of local communities or changes in the local way of life. Balancing development with community welfare is crucial. It's evident that while the potential for growth and profit is significant, both Vietnamese authorities and Singaporean investors must work collaboratively to address these challenges. Effective communication, mutual respect, and a shared vision for sustainable development will be key. In conclusion, while challenges persist, the trajectory of Singapore's involvement in Vietnam's real estate sector is largely positive. With mutual respect, shared goals, and a commitment to sustainable and inclusive growth, the future holds immense promise. Both nations stand on the brink of a real estate revolution, where collaboration is the cornerstone of unprecedented growth and prosperity. But anyway, do let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.